Hey, Loco sports fans, it is that time again. Time for Last Night in the Loco, coming to you at a regular hour today. We got things under control, a little bit lighter slate on Wednesday nights here in the spring, but we've got Last Night in the Loco for March 30th for you here, and we're going to start it off on the softball field because we had some Donnybrooks on the diamond. Bluffton and May River in a wild one over at Landshark Park. First meeting of the season in the softball edition of the Hometown Showdown. And the Bobcats scored 5 in the first. They were in control all night long, up 11-3, going to the bottom of the sixth before things got mighty interesting. A 2-run double from Casey Lang set off a 5-run rally in the sixth. And the Sharks scored 2 more in the seventh and had the tying and winning runs on base before Alyssa Rose got the strikeout to end it. Rose and Katie Ryan each had 2 hits and 3 RBIs for the Bobcats, and Reagan Kelly launched a solo home run. Lang was 3 for 5 with a double, 3 runs and 2 RBIs for May River, and Kaylee Smith was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs for the Sharks. Ruthie Roman also with a double among her 2 hits, and she scored 3 times for May River. And elsewhere in Region 7-4A, Beaufort at James Island. Big matchup of teams that were undefeated in region play. And Kylie Rast, talked to her last week over at Bluffton. We were chatting behind the backstop, and she told me to just pump the brakes and wait until the Eagles face James Island before getting too excited. But it's time to get excited, folks. Rast struck out 12. She walked 3 in a complete game, held the Trojans to just 2 earned runs and 7 hits, and handed James Island its first loss in region play. Eagles didn't have to do a whole lot at the plate, but they had 6 singles and 6 walks and took advantage of 3 James Island errors, and Kirsten Cruikshank drove in 3 runs for Beaufort. Rematch Friday on the Isle of Ladies. Should be a good one. Colleton County at Hilton Head High. The Seahawks are kind of the upstart team in the region, and they are trying to make some noise. They delivered a major statement at home, winning 15-5. Reagan Marchant went yard in her first 2 at-bats and then drew a pair of walks, finished with 4 runs and 4 driven in to lead a really impressive showing by the Hilton Head Bats. Delcy Swift was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Linda Young had 3 hits and drove in 3. And Edie McGoldrick added a pair of doubles for the Seahawks. Shayna Lugo held down a potent Trojans lineup in a complete game, striking out 4. Shandy Brown did Shandy Brown things in the leadoff spot for the Cougars, going 2 for 3 with a triple and scoring twice. And Michaela Chisholm was 2 for 3 with an RBI double, but a big win for the Seahawks, who are now a major factor in Region 7-4A. All right, moving over to Class 1A, and let me tell you, they play some wild ones down in 1A softball. Bridges Prep beats Estill 26-7 at home. The Bucks scored 17 runs in the first and tacked on 9 in the second to make quick work of the Gators. Olivia Payne leading the charge. She was 3 for 3 with a double and 4 RBIs, as was Dibble. Don't have a first name on Dibble. Mallory Brown also had 3 hits and an RBI, and Zainia Wright had a triple, and she and Kristen Kettle each had 2 hits and drove in 2 while scoring 3 times. Riley Cowan with 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, and hit 2 batters in 2 hitless innings for the win. Battery Creek got a big win and finished off a season sweep of Academic Magnet, winning 17-3. Nyasia Myers blasted a pair of home runs and drove in 5. Academic Magnet scored 3 in the first, but Creek rattled off 17 straight runs in their 4 trips to the plate and shut out the Raptors the rest of the way. Caitlin Bentley also had a strong night at the plate, going with 2 hits and 3 RBIs. And Kylie Taft, Brooke Crosby, and Alexis Cooler also each had 2 hits, with Cooler knocking in 2 runs. Switching it over to the baseball diamond, May River at Beaufort trying to salvage a split of that series, but it was not in the cards. Malcolm Webb was dealing for the Eagles. He struck out 6 and allowed 4 hits and 2 walks in a complete game shutout. Beaufort wins it 4-0. Beaufort scored 3 in the second, with Mason Connolly's RBI double capping the rally, and tacked on another on Hunter Rass sac fly in the third. Will Korn gave the Sharks 3 strong innings in relief to hold the line and give them a chance, but a comeback wasn't in the cards against Webb. Joseph Schroeder had 2 of the Sharks' 4 hits. The Eagles now 4-2 in region play under Zach Jacobs. Lucy Beckham at Bluffton, and the Bobcats did not capture the magic of their win in the first game of the series. Bengals jumped out to a 6-0 lead after 2 innings, held off a Bobcat rally to split the series. Preston Burnside gave the Bobcats a chance to rally. He went 5 2/3 in relief, struck out 5, only allowed 1 run. And the Bobcats did rally, but they came up a little bit short, and they dropped to 3-3 in region play. Gavin Carrick had a couple of hits and an RBI. Nate Hoyt, a pair of knocks, and the GOAT, Kevin Brown ripped a 2-run double for Bluffton. Hilton Head High at James Island, and the Trojans are still undefeated in region play. They trotted out another terrific arm on Wednesday as Trip Brown struck out 11 Seahawks over 6 innings, a 2-hit ball, and McAndrew Mengen was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. 8-2 win for James Island. Brown did make one mistake, though, and UAB commit Christian Stratus made him pay into the stratosphere. Second bomb of the year for the transfer from New Jersey, but not too many highlights for the Seahawks in this one. Keeler Osborne was 2 for 3 with a double and a triple, and Taylor Klein had 2 hits and 2 RBIs for James Island, still unbeaten in region. Goose Creek won 6-3 at Colleton County. Score might not show it, but this was a pitching duel. Dalton Bass Connolly held the Cougars to 2 unearned runs on 5 hits over 6 innings before Colton Gillum nailed it down with the save, but Warren Hunter matched him most of the night to keep Colleton in it. Hunter struck out 7 and allowed 1 unearned run in 4 2/3. It was a 1-0 game until the 6th when the Gators broke out for 5 runs on 6 hits, including a 2-run single from Drew Moore to cap the outburst. The Cougars' bats woke up late as an error and a walk opened the door, and Cam Farnsworth ended the shutout with an RBI single before 2 more runs came home on an error to bring the tying run to the plate, but the comeback died out. The leadoff man Moore was 3 for 4 with a double, a triple, and 2 RBIs for the Gators, and Grayson Cromer was 3 for 4 for the Cougars. Hilton Head Christian Academy got a win at home over Murfreesboro Central Magnet from Tennessee, 7-6 for the Eagles. The Bulldog got the job done in the leadoff spot for HHCA. He went 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs, including a game-tying 2-run double in the 3rd and a go-ahead RBI single in the 5th. HHCA let a 4-0 lead slip away, but they rallied for the win. Central scored 6 in the 3rd to take the lead, but an error opened the door for Lanier to double to tie it up, and then Jackson came through again with 2 outs in the 5th. Jace Blackshear came in out of the pen with 5 innings of 2-hit relief and struck out 3, and Keen Reese and Matt Scarpa each had a pair of knocks for HHCA. Battery Creek got its first win of the season at Wade Hampton, 7-3. Chad Schilt is off the schneid at Creek. Gunnar Hollingsworth, a big night. He had a couple hits and struck out 7 in a complete game, allowed 3 runs and 5 hits. The last 2 runs came in the 7th when Creek was totally in command. Bradley Smith was 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Quade Matthews had a pair of doubles and drove in a run. And CJ Robinson, Hunter Smith, and Hunter Hollingsworth also had 2 hits apiece. Going over to the boys soccer pitch, John Paul II bounced back quickly from a tough loss to Bluffton and Josh Fox's former team to rout Colleton Prep 8-0 on the road and stay perfect in region. We didn't get the goal scorers on this one, but the Golden Warriors opened the scoring in the 2nd minute and really never looked back. They used a complete team effort, tying passes together, winning the battle in the air, and making the Warhawks work for 80 minutes. Evan Slesny, Austin O'Quinn, and Sebastian Slesny combined to keep the sheet clean in net. And Sam Rimbold made his voice heard on the field and had a great game as center back, getting a shout out from Coach Fox. So JP2 now 7-1 overall, 4-0 in region, and back at it Thursday night at home against Buford Academy. Should be a good one. BA's boys also in action, and they win 5-2 at Patrick Henry, improving to 7-1-1 on the season. Zeke Gonzalez and Evan Rankin each had a brace, and 8th grader Andrew Butterfield netted his 7th goal on the season. Terrific young striker for Ian Leslie's team at BA. Should be a good one between them and JP2 on Thursday if it doesn't get rained out. The girls from JP2 also on the pitch. Sadie Mouton finished off a free kick from Brenna Frank for the only goal of the night, and Brady Mahoney and Evelyn Melnick combined for the clean sheet and goal to overcome a strong effort from Colleton Prep. JP2 wins it 1-0. Golden Warriors back home Thursday against BA. Going over to the tennis courts, Buford High is still the kings of Region 7 4A. The Eagles only dropped 4 games in 5 singles matches and took the doubles court in straight sets to beat Bluffton 6-0. Dave Riedmeier's team is dominating and looking good for another deep run in the playoffs. Elsewhere in Region 7 4A, James Island beat Colleton County 5-1. Rafael Vassell picked up an impressive 3-set win at number 1 singles against Neo James, but the Trojans cruised on the other 5 courts to take out the Cougars. And also on Tuesday, a late result here, James Island took down Hilton Head High 6-0. So the Trojans are in command in that region and looking good other than Buford. So Buford and James Island on a crash course in Region 7 4A. Now let's go to the golf course. Skiza meet at Belfair. Hilton Head Prep sent the blue squad out. You know, the Dolphins have been splitting that team in 2 and still winning everything. and they went out and blitzed the field at the Skis and Meet at Belfair. How good are they? Well, the red team went out a day earlier and beat Hilton Head Christian Academy. Camilla Burnett claimed medalist honors with a 39. And then they go out on Wednesday, and Garrett Fader shoots a smoking 2 under 33 over 9 holes to earn medalist honors. And Hilton Head Prep's blue squad shot 150 as a team and beat Holy Trinity and Heritage Academy by 27 shots. Michael Gavin from Heritage second with a 35, and Prep's Jeep Patrick and JP2's Gabe Schmitz both shot 36 to tie for third. Had to have a 40 to get into the top 5, so solid stuff. 43 got you in the top 10. Good stuff from the local Skeeza squads, and great to see Heritage and Holy Trinity fielding strong teams there, as well as the great individual showing. So that's going to do it for last night in the Lowco for today. This is recapping Wednesday, March 30th. We'll be back tomorrow morning to do it again because we've got a full slate on tap. And even if the rain gets some of them, we'll have something to tell you about tomorrow on last night in the Lowco. Until next time, go Lowco.